Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gonna do a quick week review. Here we got the dollar weekly chart. Looks like price is above previous highs, and weekly chart broke down from this top. We had a whipsaw at the last moment, came down, did a little hammer here, but broke down, came in, and now it looks like a bearish retracement's churning over. Got this little rounded top going in. It's got to hold that previous high, but we did break down. Now we're coming into resistance, and it got rejected twice. So now we have a double top. So I'll see what happens. But it looks like a bearish retracement, and we got support at 99.20. Previous high, previous low, 99. Let's just call it even number 99. But we do have support here coming in, so maybe it will make a double bottom over the 34. Other than that, maybe it'll cross down and do a measured move across the 34. See what happens with that. S&P still closing on its highs, looks like. Watch for those double tops. And looks bullish from there. Look at that flat top break on the 60-minute coming in. Daily. Still working a reversal bar here, so it's got to take that out. We got a hanging man right in the middle of last week. Looks like Thursday. Looks like it filled the gap on Friday. So off and running again. Looks bullish still. 60-minute chart looks like it's going to break out right in the beginning of the day. So look for a breakout and then come back into support. And watch for those double tops. See if we got anything on the 4-hour. 4 hours in a range. And weekly closed on near its highs, so looks still bullish, especially on the hour. See if it opens, gap opens for this Sunday afternoon. I don't think it's open now. Not yet, anyways. Dow Jones, same thing. Let's see, closing on its highs. Watch for those double tops. It's got a little burst of energy at the end of the day. Looks like it closed at its previous highs, so closing at resistance, making a top. Watch for those. There's a falling star. Got to take that out. Looks like it's in a range. That falling star's range is 793 and 840. And we're at 820, so we have another reversal bar here. Aside from the little tiny wicks on the end of them. Got a hanging man and then a falling star, so it's a little topsy-turvy right here. You gotta take them both out at 840. 20,840. Doesn't look so bullish on the short term. Because it closed right below its previous highs. It made a lower high. We'll see if it'll carry. to keep an eye on it on the open. It's got to take out previous highs. So I'll put in a lower high at the end of the day. NASDAQ. Looks like it came off a nice inverted hammer there off of the short term. Put in a spinning top on the weekly. Little indecision. And it looks like a bullish piercing pattern coming in on the daily. See how it closed? Closed here, opened down, closed all the way up. Not nearly 50% of the body though. Just short of 50%, so plus a lower high came in on the daily. It looks like the short term's a little bullish. Coming across at 34. Wonder if this is going to hit previous highs, come back into support, and try again. That's the hour chart. Let's see. Just a little indecision on the weekly close. Let's see if this is a top or a continuation. Watch for previous high breaks on the weekly. Shanghai Composite looks still bullish. Nice close above previous highs. Continuation. Came back into support on the daily. And let's see. Looks like it got stopped out on resistance. Put in a lower high. See if it needs to gather its legs before another push. Nikkei. It's got to hold the line. It's been flirting with the line too much. Nikkei's in a pattern. Don't know what to say about the hourly. It's coming off the bottom, but it's flirting. Got a cross above. Got a cross of the 8. Got lower highs. Now we got a little pinch going on right here. So it's got to make a decision in the next few hours. Up or down, up or down. And looks like the Nikkei on the daily is bullish as it's consolidating over the support lines, and it gapped all the way up it and did a partial fill and then came up. We got a nice hammer over support, then an inverted hammer. It's pretty tight in this little, it's gonna like a little corkscrew right over the 34, a little consolidation right over 34. Looks bullish. The Nikkei, can't believe that. And then everything's a little, if it waits too long on the weekly, it'll fall over. So hopefully this next pattern break on the shorter term charts will throw it across that flat top break and take out that double high. Stay above this reversal bar as support and break previous highs and then the double top to complete the pattern. Okay, pretty good looking consolidation. See if it can make it It looks like the Treasury broke outside its little lines of support. So now we're holding, what's that longer line coming in at? We're holding the line for previous lows. Breaks those previous lows, it's likely to come back into support. Previous lines. Breaks here, it's likely to come back down to previous highs. So it looks like it's bearish on top here. It's a 10-year Treasury. Let's see, it broke down, came in, bearish retraced. Came down in support, got rejected. Now it's lingering on 230 break. I got gaps at 220, 211. No, not. Yeah, 220, 211, 210. So see if it wants to fill the gap. And then as it fills its gap, see if this 34 can come up for heavier support. See if this gap at 2 will hold. 211. But it looks bearish. Everything's breaking down on it. It's got lower highs. It's got a flat top bottom. It's descending triangle. There you go. It's bearish. Short term is like a little gap down. Gap, gap. Like a little hammer here, so maybe a little bounce into resistance again. Huh. I'd watch for a gap down. It looks like it's a little gappy lately. Gap down, fill in, gap down, fill in, gap down. This one didn't fill. And then it gapped even further. So look for maybe a gap across all support lines and fall into next previous highs. These over here. Oh, that looks bearish. Watch for a gap on the other side of support. You got support here and that's it. Then you're in no man's land. That looks bearish all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Crude. I filled up my truck. I got a flat top break. This is ascending triangle on the consolidation, but it's taking forever, so the longer it takes, it could just roll on over. But it's holding support again on the daily. Weekly close, still a high level consolidation. Look for a flat top break across resistance lines. Trying to get it above. Just right inside that pattern. It's hugging the 8, not necessarily too far off the mark. We do need to get above the 8. But we got a lot of resistance coming through here. And so far it's hanging. So far so good. I can't go any lower. Let's look at some coal. Coal started the breakdown. Closing on its highs for the week. Might need a bearish retracement and then a continuation. Definitely broke down. We had a double bottom and it did not hold. So I got previous lows over here to hold at 38. If it doesn't hold there, it might just keep on sliding. I would imagine a bearish retracement back into resistance and then fall. But definitely broke down that that line of support, came back down in, bearish retrace, now it's going for another leg. Got one, let's see, one leg, two legs, and then maybe a three-leg retracement down. I got previous highs down at 31. I brought up steel. And Trump's infrastructure plans could be bullish on steel, but we got a sharp on a daily. You got a sharp lower high, and it crumbled back into support. It tried to break previous highs and got rejected. Real sharp though. That might be just a real quick 1-2 punch on the longer terms. As it consolidated here, broke across, came back into support. So see if this support holds, or is this a 2-bar reversal pattern? Right now, we're closing a 2-bar reversal pattern. Could see a lot more downside. Not sure on that yet. It is holding support, so I'm thinking since it held support, it could be just a throwback into previous range and then double back, or this 2-bar reversal is definitely a dark cloud cover, bearish encompassing, where this candle encompasses the total of the previous candle. So it's definitely bearish. But could be, again, it could be just a breakout and then a throwback, a head fake. That's what I'm betting on right now, but we'll see. Short term, I guess it won't let me take a short term look. So I got daily, and then let's look at the long term. So is it a head fake, or is it a throwback? Right now it's holding support on a daily. We need to get above previous highs. So silver, or steel. See what happens. Gold. Gold had a little push at the end of the week. Pretty nice. Previous high break on Friday. Pretty nice, pretty nice. See our short term looks like a sharp angle for support. So let's see if it can hold that line. Otherwise, it's going to come back down into support somewhere. I got previous highs at 1250. Weekly close. Do not make it over the 34. It bumped right into it. And you can see the break into previous, that 34 on a weekly is previous lows. And you can see it's breaking into previous lows. Let's see if we can get a continuation. But it's got a hop, skip, and a jump. If it can break previous highs over here, see if we can continue into previous lows, which is upwards to 13. Slow and steady is alright with me. But the weekly got stopped right at the 34. So I was looking for a nice brief pop across the 34, and then we can consolidate back in. But right now we're still at resistance for the longer term chart. But again, on the monthly, you have that 8 right there too. Previous line of resistance. Let's see if we can break that. Get into the 1300 range. Not too far away. Not too far away at all. So let's see how we open. I don't think it's open yet, but it's getting close. So let me see if I can finish Finish their weekly review before the open so I don't get the cheat. Silver. Silver's close had a punch across the 34 on the weekly. Trying to figure out if that's the open. It looks like it's an open. It has a marker there, but I don't think anything's trading. So end of the week popped over the 34. So I'm looking for a retracement back into support as we did reach previous lows. So it did what exactly, like point for point. It touched previous lows. I imagine it's going to come falling back into support. Maybe a 1-2 punch across the 34. Another good way would be just to pop through resistance into previous lows and then do a little right shoulder. I'm still waiting for a right shoulder on the long-term charts to complete this bottom pattern. And looks like the 8 has risen quite a bit over the 30 or 13. Let's see how gold did. The 8 crossed. 8 crossed here. I'm worried that gold is going to come all the way back down into support. Maybe stair, step, take its time. Gold needs to hop skip over that 34 on the weekly. Silver's doing a lot better job. Let's watch for a retracement back into support. Your best buy. 1800. See how that works out. Otherwise, it could keep going and match these highs over here somewhere and then come in for a right shoulder. Still waiting for that right shoulder. The V bottoms never work, so I'm still looking for an opposing point. Somehow, somewhere. Copper, still working off that whipsaw, but we are closing at support. Let's get above previous highs, as last week got rejected. So, do a little bit more building. Looks like on the daily we're at a double bottom. Could be a bearish retracement though. So watch for previous low breaks as it crossed over the 34. Otherwise, this could just stair climb into previous high breaks. Copper. Not sure if this is rejection yet. We do have a double bottom. Not sure if this is rejection. And see how we continue for the next open. But watch previous low breaks, as that could have been a breakdown and then a bearish retracement. So watch for previous low breaks on copper. Daily chart. And on the 4-hour, it looks like you can see that bearish retracement clear. But it has EMA 8 support so far. So it could be just a final drop off from this lower high. Stretch to the limits. It's got EMA support on the 4-hour. Watch for the breakdowns. Watch that previous low break. It looks like it popped over. Nice hammer here. Previous high break. Stair stepped into support. You see that stair step right over the 34. Watch the U come in. Maybe a nice pop on the open up for copper. Keep this thing on the upside. Longer term, it's in that channel. So we got a break on the upside. That line's pretty steep going up. Hopefully that's not a whipsaw. That's just a throwback. Get above previous highs. Let's see a continuation on this. Looks like an ascending triangle, flat top break coming in. See what happens. GDX, there's that right shoulder. That opposing point from that V bottom. See if we can get a turnaround on that. Real nice, sharp, clean turnaround somewhere. Here's our right shoulder. Let's find support really fast. I've got support on GDXJ at 38. I got a double bottom right, or 2-bar support right here. Just above. Let's call it 38. But you can see the right shoulder coming in now. Let's see where it stops for support. Sure, watch that quick U on those right shoulders. The faster the better on this consolidated right shoulder. The real sharp ones. Sometimes they'll gap down, fill the gap, and run. I like that part. Nugget, same right shoulder coming in. J-Nug, same right shoulder coming in. All of them have the reverse head and shoulders now. Watch those sharp, sharp, sharp U's coming in. It's the 1-2 punches off the bottoms. Bitcoin made a new high on Friday, I think. Broke previous highs. That long red line is previous highs. Broke previous highs. Now it's slightly coming into support. Let's watch that. It closed above previous highs, so that's good. Looks like the hourly had a short and sweet consolidation. Double bottom, higher low here. Crossed above, supported. Crossed above, supported. Crossed above, supported. Now it's looking like it still wants to climb. Damn. Never ending story. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Let's see. 4 hour. That red line is support, so the previous highs. So it closed above previous highs. Nice hammer on the 4 hour. It's got support, previous highs, and that 8 sitting right there. So we'll see how it holds. Pretty remarkable. CLF. There we go, CLF. Still waiting for a little bit better bounce off of the support line. Kind of followed the route of the lower high and the steep decline of steel. And I think Cliff is iron ore. I might be wrong, but I think their main source is iron ore. But came down into support, have the starts of a bullish piercing pattern off the bottom as it opened down and closed up. But it's not a bullish piercing pattern because it didn't close above 50% of the previous candle. So it's not piercing anything, but it has the remnants of the start. So we'll see if the continuation will get above 50% of the candle on a daily chart. So I guess anything above 1120, 1125. I guess 1125 would be best because then you're breaking into previous lows, and then you'll have previous high support. But as the remnants of the start of a bullish reversal. Nothing yet. Nothing's confirmed. It's got to get above 50% of the previous candle. Get that momentum back. Because right now that long red candle is a dark cloud cover. AG looks like a higher low bounce coming in, but then it came all the way back down into support to close on a Friday. Held the line. Nice bounce off that line. The 8's right there, still at support. Let's see if we can get this to reverse back on the upside. I got the left shoulder and now the right shoulder coming in. AG. See how quick this AG will turn around for us. NAK came all the way back down again. Still working a huge double top. So it came all the way back in. Pretty nice. Still looks bearish on the daily. Anything can happen, but it's going to have to do some sideways work if it doesn't fall down again. It's got a little sideways work going, but the 8's going to come across. It's going to hit the 8 and see how that reacts. I'm thinking the 8 at 2 with price smacking it at 2 as resistance would suffice. So a little sideways action, get that 8 coming down, see if we can get price to bounce into it, and then we'll start to form a pattern. We'll get rejected, or it'll go run through the 8 and get support, but that 8 is the key. Find that bottom. I suspect it will hit the 8 for in resistance and have to consolidate more. This could be at the start of a bottom, as we do have a higher low. Break previous highs, hit resistance, and see where we're at. Does it go through, or does it get rejected? USLV. I don't know what's going on. I guess they're really picky about USLV. It won't let me in for charts. So I'll have to look at it later. I'm not sure what's going on yet, but let's skip to URRE. See if we got a bottom coming in. Got a nice hammer on the daily Thursday close. Plus now we have a 3-bar pattern called the tri-tips. Three wicks pointing down is a bottom. Otherwise, watch for a flat top break, or flat bottom break at the ends here, because we got a 3 wicks here, and then we got a double bottom here. So we got triple bottom and a double bottom. So it looks like a pretty good support, as we got support from a double bottom, and then now it made a triple bottom with a nice little hammer. Take that hammer up and see if it'll break on the upside. Looks like 207, the top of that hammer on the daily. It looks like a nice bottom forming. And it popped, came down in the support. I thought uranium would be doing pretty good this last week, but it didn't do much. Thought it was going to follow this wick on the way back up, but it didn't do that. But now we are showing a double bottom and a higher low close. We got the 13 moving across now for more support. Looks like a good day. Looks like a good daily start to a bottom. See if it'll hold. Looks pretty good on the upside. Scratch that. It doesn't like me on the intradays. Does not like me on the intraday. So here's daily close. URA. Looks like a reversal bar doji. Not perfect, but see if that's the bearish retracement, or do we open up on previous highs? Looks like I'm going to cut it short. I can't get my internet to work right. It's stalling again. I don't know why it's doing it. Doesn't like me at all. I'm going to cut it short. Just for a weekly close. And I'll see you tomorrow for open. But I can't get my internet to work at all now. Sorry about that. Kind of a lame close. I'll see ya.